Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be Gabriel's 1 month update and my 1 month postpartum update as well. Are you talking? Are you talking? Are you talking? Yeah. Yeah. He's talking to you guys. Yeah. Yeah, you talk. You're so smiley. Are you chatty? Yeah. Yes. You're such a big boy. Well, Gabriel says hello to you guys. And today, Gabriel is exactly 1 month old, which makes me exactly 1 month postpartum. Happy 1 month? Happy 1 month? Yeah. Anyways, as you can see, he is a big talker, or that's what I just call it. He coos a lot, and when you like talk to him or communicate with him, it's almost like he talks back, which is so different than my first pregnancy, because with my daughter, she never did anything like that. She never acted like she would talk back to you, you know what I mean? She never smiled at you, not until she was months old. So seeing him smile and coo like that is so different, and that might be a normal thing for like everybody, but for us with our daughter, that's not how it happened. So being able to make him smile as a newborn absolutely blows my mind. I can't get over how alert he is, and he stays awake the majority of the day because he sleeps pretty much all night, only getting up once or twice. So that's awesome for me. I've constantly had to keep him, like I'm 100% breastfeeding, so I constantly have to keep him on my chest or on my boobs so he can sleep. And every time it seems like I try to put him down, he'll wake up in like a frenzy wanting to eat again. And at that point, it's more just a comfort thing. So throughout the day, it's pretty difficult for me to get things done because he wants to be held 24/7. But I don't really mind because my daughter was so independent that she never wanted to be held. She wanted to, you know, be in the swing, and she wouldn't be able to sleep on you. It's just such a different experience with him. Another thing that I had mentioned in I think our 1 week update was that he had the baby acne, and it has cleared up majorly, but he still has some on his face, like around his hairline here and on his cheeks. But when we first brought him home, he had it way worse, and it was on his eyes and under his eyes and like all over his poor face, not anywhere on his body. But so far that's clearing up really good, and it looks a lot better, but he still has it. The second thing that he had experienced was super dry skin, and that also has gone away completely. He doesn't have the dry skin anymore, not anywhere on his body. And I had talked to the doctor about it, and they said that typically babies who stay in the womb, I don't want to say too long, but stay in the womb longer than some babies, end up having that peely skin. So the doctor said that that was completely normal and to use like baby oil on him, but I found that the baby oil didn't help at all. It just didn't seem to work in helping with his skin, and we prolonged giving him a bath even after his umbilical cord fell off, just because I didn't want to make his skin more dry than it already was. So we had gotten an Aveeno lotion at our baby shower, and it's like lavender, and it said on the back that it was, you know, suitable for newborns. So after we gave him his first bath, I slathered him up with that, and that actually seemed to help because it was like really thick. And I didn't put it on his face or anything, just on his body and like his feet, and under his armpits were also extremely dry. So I put it on those areas and that seemed to help a lot, but his skin is 100% better now. Like I said earlier, I am 100% breastfeeding, so that has been going really well. My milk came in probably like 5 days after I gave birth to him, and it has just kind of continued to increase. I have been struggling with producing a bigger supply lately, and every time, because I do pump to store breast milk just in case I need it, and whenever I pump, I only produce like 2 ounces per breast. So I had recently started taking fenugreek about 4 days ago, and I don't think that I've noticed anything crazy of a difference just yet, but I'll keep you guys updated on that. But I just started that to increase my supply. And as I said before, he seems to want to eat all day. So that also makes me believe that I may not be producing enough for him to satisfy his needs. So he will have a 2-month checkup next month, and obviously they'll tell me for sure if I need to supplement with something. But for right now, I'm just strictly breastfeeding. Gabriel was born at 8 pounds 2 ounces, and at his 2-day checkup, he weighed in at 7 pounds 14 ounces. And then at his 2-week visit, he weighed 9 pounds. So he had gained a good amount of weight after leaving the hospital. So that has been really good, and I hope that he's continuing to gain the weight. Like I said, he doesn't have a doctor's appointment until his 2-month checkup, so I don't know for sure. But that's pretty much as far as I know about how much he's gained so far. And he had gained 2 inches as well, so he grew 2 inches in 2 weeks after leaving the hospital. During this pregnancy, I gained 23 pounds, and I have lost all of that weight. I weighed myself yesterday, and I have lost an additional pound. So I've lost a total of 24 pounds since giving birth to Gabriel, so that's been really great. I have a 6-week postpartum visit coming up in 2 weeks, so I'll be able to update you guys on, you know, the status of everything, how I am physically. I feel great. I just haven't had a doctor's appointment to confirm that, but I've been doing some light workouts here and there, and I've also been back to my healthy eating, which I never really stopped, and it's just been going really well, and I can feel myself getting thinner and my stomach getting tighter. It's still a little jello-y, but it's definitely shrinking back. And I know it takes time, so I'm in no rush to speed up my healing process, but it's nice that I can see the changes happening. With my first pregnancy, I did have some postpartum depression, or baby blues, if you want to call it that. It wasn't anything severe. It was just, I guess, the drastic change in our life, going from just us to adding a little person in there, and now focusing, you know, 100% of our energy on to somebody else. And I don't know, it was just, I didn't take any medication or anything for my depression. I sort of just got through it on my own. You know, I talked to my husband about it, and I was really open with my feelings with him. So I felt like he helped support me in that aspect. So, and I don't know, I didn't feel that I needed any medication. Like, I felt like it wasn't severe enough to where I needed to see a doctor for, but I did feel, you know, the sadness and the blues, basically. I did feel that. And this time around, I never felt that whatsoever. And I had heard before that going from no kids to 1 kid is really hard on you, but going from 1 kid to 2 is like a piece of cake. And I believe that, you know, in the sense of depression, because whenever I had him, I was just happy and elated that he was here, and I never felt sad in any way, shape, or form. And with Emmeline, I did, and it was great to not have to deal with the blues again, if that makes sense. Like, I felt really good this time around. And, you know, I've obviously spoken to my doctor about it, because of course they question you, asking if you've had any thoughts of that. And I haven't. I've been happy and well this time around. The bleeding stopped for me at about 3 weeks postpartum, and it didn't completely stop, but it got really light to where I didn't need like a full-on pad. I could just use like a liner or something. And I'm at the point now where I don't need pads anymore. So, and I'm 1 month postpartum today. So I know the bleeding is different for everybody. I remember with my last pregnancy, I had bled for quite some time, but I had also had a really severe tear. So it could have probably had something to do with that as well. Whereas this time I just had a really skin surface tear. So, and the difference between then and now is also crazy with the bleeding. That it was so much heavier my first time than it was now. I had a couple heavier times, but it was never anything like it was my first pregnancy. I don't want to go into too much detail, but the other thing I want to talk about is I am on birth control, and it's it's estrogen free or hormone free birth control, and I know that they give you that whenever you're breastfeeding. So I am currently on that. My doctor told me to start that at 4 weeks, so I started that at 4 weeks postpartum, so that's only been a few days, and that's pretty much it. I'm taking that in my prenatal, but other than that, I don't really have anything else to update you guys on. It's just been a good experience. My husband's been off work for quite some time to stay home with us, but he does go back to work soon. So it's just gonna be us three here. But I'm gonna show you my belly before I end this video. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna show you my belly really quick. Okay, here's my 1 month postpartum belly. And then to the side. So, still a little jello-y, but not bad.